What if I told you that one of the most viral animal videos on the internet isn't about depression, but about something far more mysterious? A lone penguin leaving its colony, walking away from the ocean, and heading deep into deadly mountains of Antarctica. No food, no shelter, no chance of survival. And meanwhile, the rest of the penguins are probably like, bro, the fish are this way, where are you going? Social media called it depression. Some called it symbolized human loneliness. Others said it was bravery walking away from the crowd. But the truth is far more complex. This haunting scene comes from the 2007 documentary Encounters at the End of the World, filmed by the legendary German filmmaker Werner Herzog. And nearly 20 years later, one short clip from that film has resurfaced, raising a chilling question. Why would a penguin walk towards certain death? To understand that, we first need to understand the world penguins live in. Antarctica is not just cold. It's the coldest, windiest, and most unforgiving continent on Earth. Temperatures can drop to minus 90 degrees Celsius, which in Fahrenheit is minus 130. Winds can reach hurricane force, throw boiling water into the air, and it freezes before it hits the ground. Meanwhile, we complain when our Wi-Fi freezes. An exposed human body would begin freezing in seconds, and if left exposed for 10 seconds, it would freeze completely. So why would any creature choose to live there? Because Antarctica is both a death trap and a fortress. The land itself is barren and merciless, but the surrounding ocean, it's bursting with life. Krill and small fish thrive in massive numbers, a feast for penguins. Basically, Antarctica is like terrible weather, 5-star seafood buffet. And more importantly, no land predators can survive the extreme cold. Penguins cannot fly, they cannot run fast. Anywhere else on Earth, they and their eggs would be easy prey. So they turn the cold into their shield. Nature equipped them with thick fat layer called blubber and dense waterproof feathers that block icy winds. In other words, they're permanently wearing winter jackets that they can't take off, ever. But Antarctica never gives gift for free. Every year, penguins must pass a brutal test of survival. Emperor penguins, the giant standing up to 4 feet tall, basically the NBA players of the penguin world. Chainstrap penguins, recognizable by the thin black line under their chin, looks like they're permanently dressed for a formal event. Gentoo penguins, with bright orange beaks and a white stripe on their heads. Macaroni penguins, famous for their dramatic yellow head feathers. Yes, that's the real name. No, they don't eat pasta. And finally, Adelie penguins, the species seen in the viral video, known for white rings around their eyes, looking like they haven't slept for 3 days. Each species survives differently, but none endure more sacrifice than the emperor penguin. When winter begins in Antarctica, most animals flee to warmer places. Penguins do the opposite. They march inland, sometimes 100 kilometers away from the ocean, their only food source. That's like walking from your city to another city just to start a family. Why? Because near the sea, predators like leopard seals and killer whales wait, and brutal waves can wash away their eggs. So emperor penguins walk deep into the frozen interior to breed. By the time they arrive, they haven't eaten in weeks. The male performs a courtship display, bowing, calling, and trying to raise up his significant other, I guess. If chosen, the female lays a single egg. And then she leaves. Yep, she hands him the egg and says good luck. She carefully transfers the eggs into the male's feet without letting it touch the ice and begins the long journey back to the ocean to feed. Now imagine this. For the next 2 months, the father stands completely still. No food, no water, and temperatures reaching minus 60 degrees Celsius. In Fahrenheit, that's minus 76 degrees. If the egg falls onto the ice even briefly, it freezes. He cannot move, he cannot hunt. He survives only on stored body fat. This man is basically running on battery saver mode. By the time the mother returns, he has nearly lost half of his body weight. Meanwhile, humans skip one meal and announce it to the entire house. If the chick hatches before she arrives, the father produces a special nutrient-rich secretion from his throat, feeding the baby with the last reserves of his own energy. This is a survival through sacrifice. That's why emperor penguins are often called the best fathers in the world. And honestly, they set the bar way too high. Now let's talk about the Adelie penguins, the species from the viral clip. Unlike the noble emperors, Adelies are clever, hyperactive, and sometimes thieves. They don't build nests from grass. I mean, there's none. They build them from stones. And in their world, a single stone can determine mating success. The better the nest, the higher the chance of attracting a female. Bruh, I guess raising in penguin world is easier than in human world. So what do males do? Instead of searching, honestly, they steal. And when a neighbor penguin looks away, an Adelie male may quietly snatch a stone from their nest and add it to his own. Imagine getting your house robbed and the thief is 3 feet tall and waddling. Entire fights can break out over a single pebble. They will literally argue like, "Hey, that's my rock." "No, I found it first." Unlike emperor penguins, Adelie parents take turns incubating the eggs. They share the burden. Relationship goals with minor criminal activity. They are social, intelligent, highly aware of their environment, which brings us back to the mystery. How could such a socially active, sharp animal suddenly walk alone towards certain death? Werner Herzog himself was shocked when he saw it. A single Adelie penguin broke away from the group and began walking in the exact opposite direction of the ocean. Scientists have a possible explanation. Penguins have an internal navigation system, like a biological GPS. They can sense Earth's magnetic field, track the sun and stars, read ocean currents, and even smell their way home. Basically Google Maps, but built in. But sometimes, some things go wrong. A brain infection, a parasite, extreme stress, or starvation. When that internal compass malfunctions, the penguin may lock on to the wrong direction. Like when the GPS says recalculating when your dumb abs took the wrong turn, but you're already in the middle of nowhere. To us, it looks like a tragedy. To science, it may be neurological failure. But there's another question. Do animals feel grief? Science says yes, and penguin chicks dies. When a penguin chick dies, the parent often remains beside the body, making low mournful calls. Sometimes grieving parents even attempt to steal another chick, trying to fill the unbearable void. So could the lost penguin have lost something? A mate? A chick? We may never know. When Herzog filmed the scene, he did not intervene. Antarctic law strictly forbids interfering with wildlife. Nature must take its course. The penguin continued walking towards the mountains, stretching thousands of kilometers inland. No fish, no water, only endless ice. Eventually, it disappeared from sight, and somewhere in the frozen wilderness, it likely collapsed from exhaustion and hunger. No dramatic music, no heroic rescue. Just nature being nature. The world of penguins is a world of extremes. On one side, a father who starves himself for months to protect new life, and on the other, a lone traveler walking away from survival itself. Is it tragedy? Is it biology? I mean, who broke bro's heart? Is it something we project on our own emotions into? Maybe it's all of the above. Sometimes nature is heroic, sometimes it's ruthless, and sometimes it simply doesn't care about our interpretations. But one thing is certain, that lonely penguin reminded millions of people that even in the most frozen place on Earth, life is filled with struggle, sacrifice, and mystery, and occasionally rock theft. If you guys enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like and maybe even subscribe to the channel. It helps us a lot, and recommend us future video ideas in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Love y'all.